Chosen ones, warning: a bank executive is investigating your bank account. The notification you swiped away yesterday without thinking was not an error. The sudden feeling of anxiety when you logged into your mobile banking app this morning was not paranoia. It was a signal. Right now, at this very second, in a glass-walled office that smells of stale coffee and expensive cologne, a senior bank executive is staring at a screen. Your name is blinking in red letters. They are not looking at your checking account. They are not looking at your savings. They are investigating a dormant account that has been attached to your Social Security number since before you were old enough to understand what money was. This executive is confused. They are picking up the phone to call a supervisor because what they see does not match the life you are currently living. They see a surplus. They see a release of funds that was supposed to happen 7 years ago but was blocked by a clerical error that was not an error at all. It was a spiritual theft. Do not look away. If you leave this page, the energy dissipates. If you scroll past this, you are telling the universe that you accept the struggle. You are agreeing to the lack. There are millions of people scrolling right now, looking for entertainment, looking for a distraction from their pain. They are not chosen. You did not find this video. This video hunted you down. It found you because your spirit has been crying out in the middle of the night. I have heard you. I have seen you sitting in your car for 10 minutes after you park, just staring at the steering wheel, too exhausted to go inside and face the demands of your house. I have seen you doing the mental math while standing in the checkout line, praying the card does not decline, praying that the pending charge doesn't hit until tomorrow. You are the one who carries the financial weight for everyone else. You are the one who lends money even when you have nothing left, because your heart is too big to say no. But who lends to you? Who covers you when you are short? You feel like you are walking through mud while everyone else is running on pavement. That ends today. But only if you stay. Only if you lock into this frequency. The scrollers, the doubters, the ones who think this is just an algorithm, let them go. They are walking away from their inheritance. Let them leave. This message is a secure line for the remnant. It is for the one who knows, deep down in their gut, that they were meant to be a lender, not a borrower. The investigation is happening because the blockade is breaking. For years, there has been a specific person, a face you know, who has been speaking words of poverty over your life. They do not use a knife or a gun. They use jealousy. They use snide comments about your ambition. They smile to your face, but when you leave the room, they sigh and say you will never make it. This negative energy acted like a freeze on your accounts. It created invisible walls that kept the big opportunities away. You have come close so many times. You have touched the edge of a breakthrough, only to have it snatched away at the last second. A job offer rescinded. A check lost in the mail. A car breakdown that cost exactly the amount you just saved. These are not coincidences. These are symptoms of the investigation. The enemy knows what is in that account the executive is looking at. The enemy knows that if that money is released to you, you will not just spend it on yourself. You will build. You will give. You will change your family's bloodline forever. That is why the attack has been so heavy this month. That is why you have felt an unusual exhaustion, a heaviness in your chest that doctors cannot explain. It is spiritual pressure. The executive is about to make a decision. They can either flag the account as unclaimed and send it into the abyss of government holding, or they can push the button that says verify. I need you to listen to me very carefully. The window for them to push that button is closing. It is tied to the business hours of a specific branch in a time zone ahead of yours. You have less than 12 hours before the decision is finalized. I will reveal the specific action you must take to influence this decision in a moment, but first, you must understand the nature of the funds. This is not a lottery. This is not luck. This represents years of stolen harvest. Think back to a specific time, about 5 years ago. You did work that went unrewarded. You helped someone who never said thank you. You sacrificed an opportunity to care for a sick family member. You thought those moments were lost. You thought that value evaporated. It did not. It was stored. God keeps a ledger that no bank on earth can delete. The interest on your sacrifice has been compounding, and the maturity date is today. The executive sees a discrepancy. They see a hold code next to your name. That code was placed there by the energy of the person who betrayed you. Yes, there was a betrayal. You remember it. The sting of it is still in your heart. You forgave them, because you are good, but the spiritual legalities were never settled. The enemy used that betrayal to claim you were unworthy of wealth. They told the universe, look, they accept abuse, so they will accept poverty. Today, we shatter that lie. The person investigating your account is feeling a strange urge to help you. They don't know you. They have never seen your face. But right now, as they sip their cold coffee, they are feeling a pull to dig deeper. They are feeling a hesitation to close the file. That is my hand on their shoulder. I am disturbing their peace until they do right by you. But I need your permission to intervene fully. I cannot violate your free will. If you want this investigation to end in a massive release of funds, you must partner with me right now. The enemy is trying to distract you. Look at your phone battery. Look at the time. Look at the notifications popping up. Do not look away. This is the battle. If you click off now, the executive swipes delete, and the file is buried for another 10 years. Do not let that happen. There is a ritual of claiming that we must perform. It is not magic, it is a demonstration of authority. The universe responds to action, not just wishful thinking. You must show the spiritual realm that you are ready to handle what is about to be poured out. Here is what is happening in the spirit realm. There are angels standing in that bank office. They are waiting for a command. The executive is rubbing their temples, looking at two buttons on their keyboard. One red, one green. The enemy is whispering in their ear, "It's too much work. Just deny it. Just close it." The angels are whispering, "Look again. Check the secondary file. The money belongs to them. Your faith is the tiebreaker. I want you to physically touch your wallet or the card you use most often. Do it now. Do not feel silly. This is a point of contact. As you touch it, I want you to feel the texture. Feel the emptiness that has been there for too long. Now, imagine it heating up. Imagine it becoming too hot to touch. That heat is the friction of rapid movement. Money is currency, and currency is current. It is energy. It is supposed to flow like a river, not sit like a stagnant pond. Say this out loud, or whisper it if you are not alone: I authorize the release. The hold is illegal. The harvest is mine. Repeat it. I authorize the release. The hold is illegal. The harvest is mine. You are breaking the legal claim the enemy had on your finances. The moment you said those words, the executive in that office just sat up straight. They just found a second document attached to your file. It is a letter of validation. It changes everything. Their finger is moving away from the red button. They are reaching for the phone. But the battle is not over. The phone lines in the spirit are jammed. The call they are trying to make to you, or the letter they are trying to print, is being blocked by a chaotic noise. This noise is the doubt of the people around you. It is the collective disbelief of your workplace, your city, even your skeptical family members. You need to clear the frequency. You must create a shield of agreement. The enemy hates unity. The enemy fears a cord of 3 strands. You cannot keep this blessing secret yet. Later, you will hide your wealth to protect it, but right now, you need witnesses to break the jam. You must share this message with 3 people. Not just anyone. 3 people you trust, or 3 people who also need a financial miracle. When you send this to them, you are creating a triangle of power. You are saying, I am not alone. The moment you share this, the static on the line will clear. The executive will be able to print the check. The notification will be able to come through to your phone. If you break the chain, the static returns, and the executive might give up and go to lunch, leaving your file on the desk where it can be lost. Do not wait until Monday. The banks are closed on the weekend, but the spiritual transactions happen 24/7. This decision is being made in the quiet hours, while the branch is empty of customers but full of administrative power. The update to your balance is scheduled to hit the mainframe at 3 a.m. You need to be asleep when it happens, resting in total faith. But there is a danger here. A warning I must give you. If you receive this money and you do not protect it, it will vanish as quickly as it came. The hole in the bucket I spoke of earlier? It must be patched. The enemy is already preparing a counterattack. A sudden emergency involving a car or a house repair is being cooked up to drain this blessing the moment it arrives. We must cancel that emergency now. If you are not subscribed to this channel, you are walking without a covering. You are like a soldier running onto the battlefield without a helmet. Subscribing is not about numbers for me, it is about alignment for you. It signifies that you are under the shelter of this prophetic voice. It tells the enemy, touch them not. If you do not subscribe, I cannot promise you will see the next warning. And the next warning is about your health. The enemy wants to attack your body so you cannot enjoy the money that is coming. Lock in your protection now. Press the button. It is your shield. I am looking at your timeline. I see a spike. A vertical line going straight up. It looks like a heartbeat on a monitor that suddenly jumps. This is the influx. It is not just money. It is restoration. It is the ability to sleep without grinding your teeth. It is the ability to look your children in the eye and say, yes, instead of, we can't afford it. But wait. Something is shifting. The vision is changing. The executive has stopped typing. They are looking at the door of their office. Someone has walked in. A supervisor? No. It is someone else. Someone who doesn't want this file approved. I will tell you who walked into that office in the next part of this message. It is shocking. It is someone who works for the bank, but secretly serves the enemy of your soul. They are walking toward the desk to take the file away. You must act fast. The urgency has just doubled. I need you to stop everything. Freeze. Do not breathe for a second. Pause this video if you have to. What I was about to say about the supervisor is wrong. It is much more serious than that. The vision just cleared, and I see the truth that was hidden even from the angels until this exact second. There is a second person in that office, yes. But they are not there to stop the file. They are there to steal it. This is the urgent truth that I am being shown right now, just for those of you who have made it to this exact moment. If you are still watching, it means you have the spiritual stamina to handle the deep secrets. The person who walked in is holding a device. They are trying to transfer the ownership of your dormant blessing to a shell account. They are trying to reroute your harvest to someone else with a similar name. This is identity theft in the spirit realm. Look at your hands right now. Just look at them. Turn your palms up. Do you see the lines? The deep groove that runs across your palm? That is your lifeline, but look at the smaller, fainter lines that cross it. Those are the battles you have fought. Those are the scars of the years you went without. But look closer. Do you see how your hand is shaped like a cup? It was designed to hold. It was designed to receive. For years, your hands have been open, but nothing has fallen in. That is because this thief has been intercepting the delivery. They have been eating your lunch. They have been wearing your coat. They have been living on the joy that was meant for your house. But they made a mistake. In their greed, they tried to transfer too much at once. The system flagged it. That is why the executive is investigating. That is why the red light is blinking. The thief is in the room, trying to talk the executive into overriding the flag. They are saying, "It's just a glitch, push it through to me." The executive is hesitating. They are looking at the screen, then at the thief, then back at the screen. They see your name. They feel a strange heat coming from your name. That heat is your prayer. That heat is your attention right now. If you stop watching, the heat dies down. The executive gets cold. They listen to the thief. They transfer the funds. And you wake up tomorrow with the same heavy feeling, the same empty account, never knowing how close you came. But if you stay, if you ramp up the heat, the executive will realize the truth. I've spoken of the account. But the lawyer who contacted you years ago, or the letter you threw away thinking it was junk mail, left out one detail. A small, sealed addendum that even the bank executive did not see until just now. It contains a clause. A right of reversal. It says that if the beneficiary, that is you, claims the inheritance with their voice and their intent within a specific window of time, all previous thefts must be restored sevenfold. 7. Fold. That means for every $1 they stole, they owe you 7. For every night of sleep they stole, you get a week of peace. For every tear you cried, you get a river of joy. The thief knows this clause exists. They are trying to delete it before the executive reads it. You have until sunrise tomorrow. Not Monday. Tomorrow. The spiritual transaction must clear before the physical banks open their doors and the system resets for the week. This is the new urgency. The thief is sweating. They know you are waking up. They can feel you watching this video. Your awareness is burning them. We need to activate the right of reversal. You are going to type a command in the comments. But it is not just words. It is a digital signature. It is a legal decree in the court of heaven. When you type this, imagine you are signing the bottom of that addendum. Imagine you are slamming a stamp down on the desk of that executive, right in front of the thief's face. Type this now. The source is mine. Do not mistype it. Do not abbreviate it. The source is mine. As you type that, I see the executive looking down at the screen. Their eyes are going wide. They found the clause. They are reading it. The thief is backing away toward the door. The thief has lost his power. The executive is looking at the thief and shaking their head. No, they are saying. This belongs to the chosen one. The executive is hitting the green button. Can you feel that? A sudden release of tension in your shoulders? That is the burden being lifted. That is the heavy backpack of poverty falling off your body. But listen to me, my child. The money is coming. The restoration is certain. But the container must be ready. You cannot pour new wine into old wineskins. If you bring your old mindset, the mindset of, "I'm not enough," the mindset of fear, into this new season, you will poison the blessing. You need to clean your house. Not just your physical house, but your spiritual house. Tonight, before you sleep, you must do something very specific. You must find a coin. Any coin. A penny, a dime, it does not matter. It represents the seed. Place it on your nightstand or under your pillow. This is your anchor. It tells your subconscious mind, we are now magnets for metal. We are magnets for gold. And you must loop this message while you sleep. Why? Because your conscious mind fights the blessing. Your conscious mind is full of logic and doubt and, how will this happen? But your spirit never sleeps. When you play this video on a loop at a low volume throughout the night, these words bypass your doubt and go straight to your spirit. They reprogram your internal vibration from lack to abundance. While you are sleeping, the audio of this prophecy will act like a guard dog. It will stand at the door of your mind and bark at any nightmares, any anxieties, any thieves trying to sneak back in. If you do not loop this, the thief might return in the third watch of the night, around 3 a.m., and try to plant a dream of failure. Do not let him in. Let my voice be the soundtrack of your victory. I have a testimony to share with you. This is real. This happened just this past Tuesday. A woman named Linda from a small town in Arizona was exactly where you are. She felt her family was secretly working against her. She felt invisible. She found this channel. She felt the burning in her palms. She followed the instruction. She typed the decree. She put the coin under her pillow. Yesterday evening, Linda received a call from an insurance company she hadn't dealt with in 10 years. They said they were doing an audit and found a miscalculation in her payout from 2014. They deposited $18,000 into her account this morning. She stood in her kitchen and wept. She bought her son the car he needed for college. She paid off her credit cards. She is free. Do you understand? It is your turn now. Linda is not special. She was just obedient. She didn't scroll. She didn't doubt. She claimed it. Now, the final lock. The enemy is furious that you have watched this far. He wants to make you forget everything I just said within 10 minutes of closing this app. He wants to snatch the seed before it takes root. We must lock it in with the repetitive frequency rule. You must tap Save to watch later or Save to playlist. But you must do it intentionally. If you have already saved it, unsave it and save it again. Do this 3 times. Click. 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 Why? Because 3 is the number of divine perfection. It is the number of the Trinity. It is the number of resurrection. By saving it 3 times, you are building a wall of fire around this prophecy. You are telling the algorithm of the universe, this is important. This is mine. Do not touch it. And finally, the share. I told you earlier to share with 3 people. If you haven't done it yet, the line is still static. The executive is holding the check, waiting for the signal to clear. Send it now. To your sister who is struggling. To your friend who hates his job. To your cousin who needs hope. When you bless them, the boomerang effect kicks in. The blessing leaves your hand, hits their life, and comes back to you multiplied. If you keep this to yourself, the energy stagnates. It rots. Flow creates flow. The executive has printed the confirmation. The thief has fled the building. The angels are escorting the transaction to your timeline. The next 24 hours will be unlike any day you have lived before. You will see the number 888. You will see the name of a specific bank on a billboard or a truck that you usually ignore. You will find a coin on the ground, pick it up, it is the first drop of the rain. Type Amen.